Welcome to Devotionables, brief devotions for busy people. I'm Michael Knight. I'm one of the pastoral interns here at 9th and O, and I want to thank you for continuing your journey with us through Mark. We continue Mark chapter 13 today, and we're going to hone in on verses 32 through 37. But before we get there, I do want to just give us a little summary to of what's been happening in chapter 13. At the very beginning of the chapter, Jesus is going to foretell the destruction of the temple. He's also going to warn about the coming trials and tribulations that will be seen on this earth. And also he tells the disciples that they will be persecuted for bearing witness of him. And so as we get into this passage, I want to continue in verse 32 as we read. But concerning that day or that hour, no one knows, not even the angels in heaven nor the Son, but only the Father. Be on guard, keep awake, for you do not know when the time will come. It is like a man going on a journey when he leaves home and puts his servants in charge, each with his own work, and commands the doorkeeper to stay awake. Therefore, stay awake, for you do not know when the master of the house will come, in the evening, or at midnight, or when the rooster comes, the crows, or in the morning, lest he comes suddenly and finds you asleep. And what I say to you, I say to all, stay awake. So I was reminded with this, I love war movies and the military, and I'm always reminded of how so many of our servicemen and in these movies and even in life, they go off to war, and sometimes in these movies we'll see this, the father will say to the son as he leaves and departs. He might be this 8-year-old green kid. He take care of your mother in the house while I'm gone, and you see this daunting task kind of falling on this 8-year-old's head. And we can feel that way many times. We can feel like this ill-prepared, kid. It's just green around the ears, as we say, and not quite prepared. But and so, no doubt that the preparation of the Lord's return will come with a daunting feeling, and especially for the ill-equipped and unprepared, it can be quite a tumultuous task. And so we must prepare and work in our dad's lands. We must protect his property and his possessions. But our work will be long and arduous. But the reward for perseverance is immeasurable gratitude and blessings from our Father. And so, as we think about that, as he's saying, stay alert, we also have to remember that evil will always come to look and seek and to prey upon the weak and the ill-prepared. And that laziness will harbor ineffective labor and facilitate defeat and destruction. So we have to warn ourselves. We don't want to be like the kid that's found asleep. When he's a teenager, your dad told you to go do something, and he comes back and, oh, why is this not done? And you go, oh, you don't have any good excuses. You've just been kind of lazy with your time. And so much it'll be when the Lord returns and he catches his family being lazy. And so I think one of the things to note here is that not only will the reward be immense, but the punishment due to the disobedient and the wicked will also be immense. We see in the next chapter, in verse 21, that when Jesus is betrayed by Judas, it says that it is better if he had not been born, referring to Judas. And so obviously the punishment for betrayal and wickedness towards the house of God is immense, and it comes with great discipline and punishment. But the lazy will not receive their dad's favor or reward when he comes back, as we've just were discussing. So what do we see specifically when we look at 32? Be alert and persevere, for our God can return at any time. That's the point that Jesus is trying to make to his disciples. Serve his household well. Treat his family and possessions with honor. And those who love and fear God will persevere. And that's one of the things I want to take. So as we think back to the soldier that goes off to war. If you've ever seen any of these videos where these fathers come back, sometimes they're on YouTube and so on and so forth, soldier returns home from war, and you see these kids run up and they just hug him and they're all in tears. They're just elated with the return of their father. And I hope and pray that that will be the sentiment that we will have. We will be absolutely elated with the return of the Lord. But that also means that we must persevere. That also means that we must stay alert and stay awake. And that's exactly what Jesus' point is. Because no one knows the hour of the time, not even the angels, not even the Son. But because no one knows the time, we must be ready. We must persevere. And so I charge you today to go out, love well, serve the household well, fight laziness, and I just pray this week goes well for you. And thank you again for sharing our devotionables.